I'm making this video in regards to my continuation of my research. If you haven't seen my other videos, you really need to watch those first. However, I was looking to confirm my current hypothesis about Sirius, and it's the coincidence that it is on these global lines, and we can see Sirius right here in Canis Major. Sirius is the largest star in our sky. And I was trying to confirm this. I was looking at some different locations. I was using the program Stellarium. I was trying to look at some heliacal risings of Sirius in the various locations that we've pinpointed, such as Teotihuacan, the pyramids. I was looking in New York, and I was trying to really just collect some information on the risings and everything on Sirius. But I came across something else that is really, it blew my mind, and so I'm going to dedicate this video to that particular subject, and that's Orion. And we can see Orion here, and how he is in between our lines. But the startling fact is that he is often considered not to be part of the zodiac. He's not considered to be on the ecliptic. And when you look at it, doesn't appear so. He is mainly all the attention of Orion goes towards Orion's belt, which we can see rides on the equatorial line and not on the ecliptic. But if you look at this picture closely, Orion is holding what we are told is a club, which he's usually using to battle the celestial bull, Taurus. And if you're familiar with the astrotheology theory and my research, Orion represents Gilgamesh, Hercules. He is a continual solar hero persona, and that's about to take on a whole new meaning. When you hear solar hero, I mean, you associate it with the sun, but the question is, why is this figure associated with the sun? And I'm about to show you here. I'm going to switch over to the program Stellarium. Okay, and here I've marked out, we've got our ecliptic line here, we've got our galactic plane line here. Okay, and I'm going to show you, I've forwarded back or rewound to near the summer solstice date on 2012 so that I could show you this. And I just stumbled across this. So let's move ahead in time. We'll move ahead in an hour, and we can see Orion beginning to rise, and his club, which is on the ecliptic line, is not a club at all. It's a torch. And the solar hero begins to make sense. Why is he considered the solar hero? Because on the summer solstice, he rises with the sun and defeats the bull. So if we continue on, we can see this. And then on the solstice, it just so happens that the sun is lined in between the ecliptic and the galactic plane. Now, I never realized that. I don't know if that's common knowledge, but I think it indicates some sort of resonance with the tilting of the Earth in alignment with our galactic plane every solstice. And this also happens on the equinox. where you have this connection. So we continue forward. We can see that the sun rises, and that is Orion's torch. And we'll take it all the way to high noon. And we can see at the highest point of the day, on the, near the summer solstice, we have Orion. And he is a part of this zodiac. He is the solar hero. So I started coming to some conclusions where not only is this incredibly fascinating, I thought, well, how in the world was this known about with the phenomenon of precession? Because let's say we go back to the year 1, now we can see that really there is no association, there is no meaning. We see that Orion has nothing to do with the sun. How can he be the solar hero? So the next point of any sort of meaning for these myths to have been created, I found we need to go back to 10,000 BC. So that's what we'll do now. We go back to 10,000 BC, and we'll go to the winter solstice. Oh, I'm sorry, perhaps it's the equinox. There it is. It's the equinox. So here we are on the equinox, 10,000 BC, the spring equinox, and we can see that Orion is once again the torchbearer, the solar hero. He is bringing everything back to life, and the springtime, which is symbolic in the Epic of Gilgamesh, where he is bringing back the sacred cedar wood, and the reason it's sacred because those plants, those trees, they are evergreens. They are always green. They always represent life, even in winter when everything is dead. So the next point of significance I found was 10,000 BC, meaning indicating to me that this story of Gilgamesh is at least 10,000 BC, is 10,000 from 10,000 BC, making it 12,000-year-old story, pushing back the timeline on that epic. Now, if we go back to, I believe, around 25,000 BC, we'll find Gilgamesh rising once again, this time in the winter solstice. So this does need a little bit tweaking, probably 24,000. Let's try that. Let's try 24,000 straight out. There we go. Near 24,000 BC, once again, we have Gilgamesh rising with our sun. And this represents the crossing of the galactic and ecliptic line. This is the importance of this constellation, as they knew of these galactic and ecliptic planes. So once again, We can zoom out here, see a little more clearly, until we hit the meridian. We can see how important this is. And so the next time we see Orion, or the last time we saw Orion at this position during the summer solstice, which we're seeing now in 2012, was more around, I think, 54,000 BC. So let's take a look. Go 54,000 BC. And we'll go to our summer solstice. And there we have Gilgamesh rising with the sun beautifully. So the last time we saw this was over 56,000 years ago that we saw this Orion. And all these other times, I'm targeting the points where Orion rises with the sun. In between, it is truly meaningless. It is not happening on these days, these solstice days, where Gilgamesh is the hero, and he is defeating our, the winter time. He is represented as defeating the winter in the winter solstice, where the sun starts rising higher and higher in the sky after that point, or where he is, on top of everything during the summer solstice. It is meaningless other than these points, indicating that these tales are much, much older than we are being told. So this really just blew my mind when I discovered this, and I tried doing some internet searches on it. I didn't find anything on this subject. I was shocked that no one was aware of this, and especially this ecliptic and galactic intersection with Orion. They always are having us focus on his belt, which is meaningless. Sure, it points to Sirius, but this is what is important here. I believe this is the key to the puzzle. So, yep, I just wanted to post this. I'm going to continue my research on Sirius, but I just thought this was mind-blowing, and it all has to do. There is the connection with these lines is becoming more and more obvious. Or I haven't pinpointed it perfectly yet, but I'm getting there. In every video I make, I get closer and closer to solving this puzzle, and that's one of the problems with, as I'm doing this research, I'm making a video each step of the way, and I've had to backtrack at times. That's what I've had to do, and but I want to just get the information out. I don't care if it makes me look like I'm not a professional or whatnot. I just want to get the information out there, and I want a people's revolution of the mind and understanding where we came from, and that will truly set us free. So that's all. Thanks for your time, everybody.